I was laying in bed and I really couldn't sleep, so that's why I'm looking all crazy. But the Lord put something on my mind, and I had kind of been keeping it to myself. And this is not about no subscribers. This is my first video that I'm ever putting online. But the Lord put something on my mind, and I just gotta speak on it. I can't handle it no more. All that stuff about gang stalking and so forth. I am a targeted individual. But let me explain something to you. Basically, it's like this. There is federal agencies and a small number that are gang stalking you. And yes, they do work with local police departments. However, people are describing that their gang stalking has taken a direction where they go to your job, and that's called workplace mobbing. And then you have the color coding, and then you have the car mobbing, and you have all of these different tactics and covert surveillance and all of that. You know, I am followed everywhere I go. But let me explain to you what's going on if people don't know. This is something that maybe nobody is going to tell you, and you don't have to believe me. You can take this information with a grain of salt. If you relate to it or you believe me, that's good, and maybe it'll save your life. And if you don't, I could care less. But I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. Everything that you're dealing with right now is spiritual. It's all spiritual. When you have those people who are at work that are throwing things and making loud noises and trying to divert your attention elsewhere, and they're harassing you at work, and it seems like they want to make you quit. They do want to make you quit. And I'm going to tell you what, they don't want to fire you. You know why they don't want to fire you? Because their whole job is to make you destitute with nothing, no money, make you look crazy, make you clinically insane, and don't believe anything that you say. They don't want your family to believe anything that you say. They want to have you isolated, alone, and by yourself. You know why they don't want to fire you? Because they know that 9 times out of 10 when people get fired, they can draw their unemployment, right? So why would they fire you when they know that you can draw unemployment? So that's just giving you money to sit around and do nothing. But what they will do is continue to harass you and continue to make your life a living hell at work. So you'll come to the conclusion that, you know what, I just can't deal with this anymore. Don't give up. You know, I'm going through the same thing, but it's spiritual. Those people at work who are doing those things against you, they're not regular people. So let me explain that to you. Those people are basically soulless people. You have 2 types of individuals in this world. You have regular people who are loving, kind, who have compassion, who has empathy. Those people are us. We're targeted individuals. You have another group of people who don't share. They don't have empathy. They don't have compassion. They don't have love. They don't have those things. They are soulless individuals. Don't ask me how they became soulless. I don't know. I can't tell you anything about how they became that way, were they born this way. I have no idea. But what I'm telling you is that that's 66% of the world's population. It is so funny that God said that only 144,000 will enter into my rest. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the people who are doing the color coding, the people who are at your job who are harassing you, the people who are following you, the people who are doing this to you and doing that to you and doing these horrible things that are coming into your home when you're unannounced. Don't you, regular people don't do that, because you would be scared to go, they'll be scared to go to fucking jail. So let me explain to you, the people who are doing this are the people who are soulless. So now what it is that when you possess no soul, it's like a car. They are the car. And so then these demonic entities can get into them. Once they get into them, they drive these individuals. And that's how they're able to do the things that they're doing to you. Okay. Now, I can't tell you why we're targeted. I don't believe that it has nothing to do with anything that you might have said, anything that you looked up on the internet. God has his chosen people, period, point blank. And so he has chosen you for a time as such. And so that's basically what it is. And so I can't explain all details because I don't understand all details myself, but I do understand when I'm under demonic attack, and you're under demonic attack. It has nothing to do with the government. Yeah, I'm sure there is some physical aspects of it with people who are trying to harm you or do things to you that 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 the government, that pertains with the government doing, and local police departments. But what I'm telling you is that it's all demonic, period, point blank. So when these particular individuals are doing these things to you, remember that these people are not like you. So therefore, these people don't care about the risks that they take. They are not getting paid to do anything. They're doing it because they're under demonic influence, period, point blank. So I'm getting tired of people sitting up here talking about what the government is doing and the government is doing that, and they're using energy weapons on you. No, they want you to believe that they're using energy weapons on you. I'm gonna tell you something. You can be a child of God and heavily influenced. Your body can be heavily influenced with demons because God deals with the spirit, and the devil, he can easily bombard your body and make you think that you are and make you think that your energy weapons are being used on you, when in actuality it's the demons that are in you that are making you feel these things. So while everybody running around talking about the government, they want you to believe that. You know why they want to send you in that direction? Because they don't want you to find out the truth of what's really going on. They don't want to tell you that God has chosen you for a time like this. You are the elect. You are part of the 144,000 that are going into heaven. And they don't want you to know that. And they're going to keep you from that by any means, by any cost. So y'all keep on thinking that it's the government, and of course it is. I'm sure it is some aspects of it, because the government is evil anyway. Period. Point blank. But I hate that I had to just get up when the Lord spoke to me. I got up and I had to just tell it like it is. So all of that about and I'm gonna tell you something else. I kept saying to myself, and I'm not gonna even go there. Let me let that go. But I'm telling you, how is it that the whole job can be against you? Don't you know that the whole job can be fucking against you? It's not, they're not like me and you. So we possess something that they don't have. And so therefore it is easy for these entities, or should I say demons, to get into these people and cause them to do certain things. Ain't nobody being uh paid no fucking gift cards to do nothing. They're not doing anything. You know how much money it would cost to follow your ass around? Let me tell you something. If the government would have to pay a whole lot of people to follow you. You know how much money it would take, and gas it would take. If you know how much it would take, how much it costs for the police department and the federal agencies to do 24-hour surveillance. We already in debt. You don't. Oh my God. I'm just telling you, it is not what you think it is. And if you continue to think what you think it is, you're going to be highly deceived, basically. I'm telling you, it's freaking demons that are in people. And I'm telling you, it's two types of people who are on this earth. Now, you can do your research and figure out where they came from. And I'm not going to get into all of that. I have my suspicions, but this war that we're fighting right now is all about a bloodline. If you don't know, and I'm so sick of people talking about an apple. Eve didn't eat no apple. Do your research. It had nothing to do with an apple. So now, and another thing, haven't you ever wondered why Adam and Eve was placed in the garden? They were placed in the garden because of their safety, because of the beings that was outside of the garden. You know what I'm saying? So now ask yourself, when Cain killed his brother Abel and Cain was kicked out of the garden, then Cain came back and said, they're going to kill me for what I did. And God placed a mark on his head. Well, nigga, if Adam and Eve was the first man and woman, then their children was Cain and Abel, who is he scared going to kill him? So from the Bible, from a Bible standpoint, God created Adam and Eve. And so they had two children at that point, which was Cain and Abel. So when it says that God kicked Cain out of the garden and Cain went down to the city of Oz where he met his wife, Do your research. I'm not going to sit up here and explain it all to you. Stop being deceived by these idiots online that keep telling you that it's the government after you. It's not the government, it's the devil. Y'all burnt out, my nigga. And I hate to come online and come at y'all like that, but it's ridiculous how y'all keep saying the weirdest stuff, my nigga. It don't have nothing to do with that. I'm telling you, this is what it's about. And as long as y'all keep on thinking that the government is after you, they want you to believe that the government is after you, so you don't know the truth about who you are as a child of God. Y'all better get it right. And again, so now the people who were outside of the garden, God had to place them in the Garden of Eden so to keep them safe. You understand what I'm saying? Because he didn't want them mingling with those things that was outside of the garden. See, you were the only one that God put his breath into. It says that God breathed the breath of life into Adam. That was your soul. You understand what I'm saying? And then not only that, you were the only beings that he turned around and he said, I have made you into my image. Y'all better start reading y'all Bible, because y'all are being highly misdeceived. And when you want to, I'm gonna tell you something else. Since you want to know about the people with no souls, that's what a fucking narcissist is. That's why that's why their job is to take your energy from you, to distract you, to break you down, not build you up. So I'm irritated this morning because I be looking at these stupid videos online and I can't understand how any of y'all got subscribers. Yes, I look at the videos because I want to see what's out there, because there are a lot of things that I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So when I hear something that is useful, that can be used, I will take it in. And if it can't be used, I'll exit it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't just take on to anything or any doctrine. And I'm looking, y'all got me online looking crazy, because I normally don't be looking like this. I don't be looking like this at all. But when I was listening to everything that I was listening to online, it just pissed me off that y'all could be so freaking naive. And I don't even be cursing like that. Oh my God, y'all gotta do better. Men and y'all need to start reading y'all Bibles. Let me tell you something. In the last days, God said, I will reveal the mysteries of God to you. He already woke you up. And then y'all need to start. I guess God reveals certain things to certain people at certain times. And so eventually he will tell you more. I guess from what I'm telling you is not baby food. So if you can eat solid food like meat and potatoes, then you'll take what I'm saying and be like, okay, let me look this up. And if you can't digest real food, then you might need to go back to baby food. I'm not finna feed you baby food. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So you better start getting some teeth so you can eat the real meat, because this is what it is. And I don't know what else to tell you. I hate to have to come online looking all crazy. I'm looking all cracked out because I was not asleep, but come on, man, y'all got to do better. But you don't have to take my word for it. Look it up for yourself. I mean, like, who do you think Cain's wife was? See, God created you, and he created other beings outside of you. But the thing about it is that they are not like us. So their bloodline is passed down throughout history. That's why. So if you, I don't know the full details of it. So don't get me to lying. It's only my opinion. But for those, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how serious God is about destroying, about bloodlines. This is how serious God is. God created, not created, but God destroyed the earth by flood. You know why Noah and his family, God chose Noah? Because of his bloodline. Now, God had to destroy, let me tell you something, God had to destroy everything because he had to get rid of that bloodline, even though after the flood, that bloodline still existed. But you have to remember something: for where there is good, there has to be evil. It's like the yin and yang. But what I'm saying is that that was the real reason why he destroyed the bloodline. Because you have to remember, if that bloodline had existed, Jesus could not have been born through that blood. There's no way in the world Jesus could have been born. So he had to destroy that bloodline so that Jesus could be born, so your Savior could be born. You know what I'm saying? Because all those people, the majority of those people were tainted with this bad bloodline that had came down from when the angels came and made it with the women here on earth. The children, that their children or offspring was a mighty man of renown. They were giants. God deemed it as an abomination. But that bloodline, it had trickled on down, trickled on down, trickled on down. Just like when the serpent fooled Eve. I'm not going to get on here and say what he did and how he fooled her or how he beguiled her, but do your research. And until this day, this very present day, that bloodline still exists. And that's why only 140 whatever some thousand people are going to enter into his rest. And don't think just because you're not of that bloodline that you're entitled to go to heaven. No. God is a what's the word for it? A sovereign God. He doesn't allow just any type of person to get into heaven. So just because you are part of that blood, you just because you're not part of them, you still have to carry yourself a certain way. You can't just you can't just be a hearer of the word. You got to also be a doer of the word. Faith without works is dead. Jesus said, if you love me, you will follow my commandments. And it is easy to get strayed away. It is easy to get pulled away from how God planned on you to be. He sent his only begotten son in the flesh that he may be an example of how to live your life and how you should walk. You know what I'm saying? And so it's easy to tell a person, you should do this and do that if you never walked a day in my shoes. That's why Jesus had to come down and show you that it can be done. But this is just ridiculous that it's taking y'all this long to catch up. I'm sorry, but man, I guess that's all I gotta say right now. You know what I'm saying? And I apologize for cursing and using profanity, but I have to tell it like it is, man. And I don't care if nobody don't believe me. You ain't gotta believe me. You understand what I'm saying? But it's the truth, you know. And I can't tell you why, and it does hurt me sometimes. Don't you know? You might think about it. Even in the Bible, God says, I can make one vessel for destruction and another one for honor. And so, can the pot turn around and ask the pot maker, why have you made me like this? No, because God can do what he want to do. He's going to do whatever he has to do to protect this bloodline. And if you are part of that bloodline, you're not going to heaven, period, point blank. He's not. Is it fair to me? From a human being point of view, no, it's not fair. But I'm a human. I'm not God. I don't think like he thinks. I don't share this minute of his mind. I mean, I can never phantom or even come close to how he thinks. He's the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end, the all knowing. So that's just my opinion. No, I don't think it's fair, but my opinion doesn't count. God is going to do what he has to do to protect and make sure that the bloodline is he's not letting anybody up there. Period, point blank. So I'm sorry, and that's the way it is, and y'all can take it for a grain of salt, but I'm gonna tell you what nobody else ain't gonna tell you. So I don't want to get into details because this will be a long, drawn out video. But everything that is happening to you is a distraction. It's a distraction to keep your mind focused on what you should not be focused on. What you ought to be focused on is being set apart. What you ought to be focused on is reading your Bible. What you ought to be focused on is praying. What you ought to be focused on is how to forgive others when it's not favorable to forgive them. What you ought to be focused on is how to love people that don't love you. That's what you ought to be focused on. What you ought to be focused on is is gathering up what God has for you up in heaven. I'm telling you, it's a distraction. If the enemy can keep your mind focused on bullshit, then you can't be, what's the word for it? If he can keep you distracted on BS, you can't be 100% focused on what you need to be focused on. And life is hard enough dealing with day-to-day situations, dealing with life on life terms, going to work, dealing with your kids, dealing with dealing with just life problems, health issues, money issues. And then they got then now they got to throw in the gang stalking, and that's just too. It gets to be very overwhelming. As a targeted individual, I know it gets to be very overwhelming. But see, I'm gonna tell you how they did me, how they doing me. Not only do I have to deal with being a targeted individual and dealing with life on life terms, I got so many demons in my house. I mean, I it is ridiculous. It's to the point where I try to do spiritual warfare and they laugh at me. That's just, I'm saying, I mean, they're not physically laughing at me, but my God, if you could just walk one day in my shoes. But we have to continue to, and not only that, I'm gonna tell you why it's hard for me to get rid of these things is because I'm not where I need to be. So I don't want to sit here and make it seem like I'm holier than thou, because I'm not. I'm still struggling on living. I don't like, let me tell you something, to straddle the fence and not completely give yourself over unto God is to be a hypocrite. And God doesn't like hypocrites. So either you're going to love one or you're going to hate the other. And if you continue to straddle the fence, then God is going to say, well, you can do what you want. You can do whatever you want to do. He's not going to make you do anything. You know what I'm saying? So if either you're gonna love one or you're gonna hate the other, and you need to figure out which one it's gonna be. And not only that, God says, "Thou shalt not put any God before me." He's a very jealous God. So the things that you do the most becomes your God. I drink. I'm not drinking now, but I mean, if these things, whether it be money, whether it be alcohol, whether it be drugs, whatever, or whether it be sex, whatever it is that you do more than serving the Creator has become your God. These are called idols, and you will not make it into heaven if you continue to worship these idols. God says, "You shall not put no God before me." I'm only telling y'all the truth because I care about my people. And God just spoke in my heart and said, you need to let them know. Tell them. Because I have made 4 videos, and every one I put online, I deleted them. I deleted them, and I took them down. And I got like 2 or 3 more videos that I made, and I have not posted them online because I'm not here for clout. I'm not here for subscribers. None of that. Really, I feel crazy about even making this one. Because I said, God, they're not gonna believe me. They gonna think I'm crazy. And so I just and look, if you're watching it, it means I decided to put it up. I'm probably not. I don't know. I don't even think I'm gonna put this one up. But I gotta follow my heart on this one. It just irritated me to see all the bull crap that people are putting online. And I don't think that people are doing it, and there are trolls who go online and give out false information to lead our people into a different direction. Yes, they do have those, but I don't believe that everybody who are making gang stalking videos or targeted individual videos that they're doing it intentionally to take you in the wrong direction. It's just that they don't know. And so They're only going by what they see and what they believe. And it's easy to believe that the government is after you. The government is after you. They after you because they know what you know. They know something you don't know. They know something about you that you don't know about yourself. And they do want to destroy you. And but you have to remember that these people are demonically influenced. So yes, they want to harm you. They do. And they're gonna do everything they can to break you down, to make you look stupid, to make you look crazy. But it's not the government, it's the demonic influence that's behind the government. And when you start talking about them paying people gift cards, not anybody paying nobody nothing. These people are under demonic influence, and they are easily influenced because they are not like me and you. So now you can take it how you want to take it. Look it up for yourself. Organic portals. Look it up. That's all you gotta do. See, they don't show a lot of that on YouTube. You got a whole lot of BS on YouTube, but they're not gonna tell you the real. I'm here to tell you the real. And so that's with that. I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all have a good night. And I hope the next time y'all see me, I don't be looking like this. I'm looking crazy. I don't be looking like this for real. So, but God bless y'all, and I'm gonna pray for everybody. I pray that the message that I'm sending out will touch some people's heart, and that God will come into their lives and come into their hearts and allow them to see the truth for what it really is. You know, that's all I can say. Good night.